Good evening, all of you. I hope you all are doing well. And today in this session, we're going to learn the current affairs from October 11 to 2021. Okay, so this is the general current affairs. We're going to study in the different sections. Okay, let's start the session. So the first section is banking and economy news. So whatever the banking and economy issues came in the October 11 to 20, we're going to study that. The first issue was RBI grants the Small Finance Bank license to Unity SFB. Second, a consortium of Central Financial Service Limited. It is in short called as Centrum. Next the Resilient Innovation Private Limited, that is nothing but Bharat Pay. Okay, so these three entities are now acting as the small finance bank. Why they are acting as small finance banks? Because they have recently received the license from the RBI to act as the small finance bank. See, what is the small finance bank? What is the bank, first of all? Next, what is the non-banking companies? All these you will study in the economy. Okay, so as of now, remember there are different banking entities are there, like regional rural banks are there. In short, they are called as RRBs. Next, small finance banks are there. Next, scheduled banks are there, that is scheduled commercial banks. Okay, so different kinds of banking groupings are there in India. So small finance banking is also one of the grouping of the banks. So this is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India, because in the previous class also I told you RBI is the bankers bank. It has lot of regulatory and monetary powers over the banks which are working in the India. Okay, so that's why RBI have to give the license to any of the bank to become as the small finance bank. Not only this, they have to obey a lot of the acts which have passed previously. Say for example, if any bank is working as the small finance bank, it must support the Payments and Settlement Act of 2007 and also Prudential Information Companies Regulation Act of 2005. Okay, and different acts are there. So these acts they must obey. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So recently what happened? RBI grants the small finance bank license to the Unity SFB, next Centrum Bank, next a Resilient Innovation Private Limited, that is Bharat Pay. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Next is the Punjab National Bank launches the 6S campaign under the Customer Outreach Program. Okay, so what is this 6S campaign? By the name only you can understand it includes the 6 different schemes of the government. Okay, so these 6 schemes are, I will tell you, note it down: Swabhiman scheme, Samruddhi scheme, Sampark and Sikar scheme, Sankalp and Swagat. Okay, so all these 6 schemes are started with yes, so that's why it is called as 6S campaign. So in examination they're gonna ask, recently 6S campaign was in news, it was launched by the which bank? Okay, like that question will come, so you should carefully remember it is by the Punjab National Bank. See, whenever the campaigns come, we usually get confused with the SBI, HDFC. Okay, so all such banks, but don't get confused with this 6S campaign. It is done by the Punjab National Bank. So this is under the customer outreach program. So it is nothing but to extend their financial services at the concessional rate. They have started this 6S campaign because this is the festival season. No, so last time Dasara happened, now Diwali comes. To give the financial services in the concessional rate, they started the 6S campaign. They have included a lot of the social security schemes also. Okay, so to create the awareness among the people. Okay, I told you that Swabhiman, Samruddhi, Sampark and Sikar, Sankalp, Swagat. Okay, all these are the social security schemes by the government. Okay, so they are in general creating the awareness, and they are making the digital drive and banking push in India through the 6S campaign. And who is the who founded the 6S campaign? Punjab National Bank, that is PNB Bank. Okay, you should remember that. So this is all about the 6S campaign. So next is RBL Bank working on the new digital platform. It is Abacus 2.0. Okay, so in examination they're gonna ask. So Abacus 2.0 was recently in news. It is launched by which of the following banks? So like that question will come. So remember it is RBL Bank. Don't get confused with RBI. Okay, RBI is different. RBI is Reserve Bank of India. RBL is another private limited bank, one of the private sector lender. Okay, so RBL Bank. it launched the one of the new digital platform. Its name is Abacus 2.0. It would enable the bank to provide the products and services to the new customers as well as the existing customers digitally. Because during the pandemic, lot of us we are going through the lot of digital things. Okay, so we are making payments in the digital platform, online platform, and we are buying and selling things in the online platform to help the customers. Okay, digitally they started the Abacus 2.0. Okay, so this is one of the digital platform for their customers. It is helpful for new customers also and already existing customers also. Okay, so this Abacus 2.0 digital platform, it is done by the RBL Bank. Okay, I am again telling you, don't get confused with RBI. Okay, so this is RBL Bank. Okay, so next we're going to study the national news. So Indian Railways launched the two long haul freight trains. So that name is Trishul and Garuda. Okay, so these two are the freight train names. So they have included in the South Central Railway. So there are different railway freight corridors are there in India. Okay, that is Northern Railway, Southern Railway, Central Railway, Northeastern. Okay, so this Trishul and Garuda, these are the two different freight trains. They have recently launched in the South Central Railway. Okay, so that you need to remember. These are the train names, Trishul and Garuda. Okay, so next, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches the Indian Space Association. So that is ISPA, ISPA. Okay, Indian Space Association. So this is one of the premier industry body for space and satellite companies in the country. Okay, so here you need to remember who is the chairman of the Indian Space Association, because this is the new organization, new entity. Na? So for that, you need to remember who is the first chairman of that, vice president of that. So first chairman is Jayant Patil. Okay, so remember his name, Jayant Patil. Okay, next vice president is Rahul Watts. Okay, Rahul Watts. He was the Bharti Airtel's chief regulatory officer. So he is the vice president of the Indian Space Association, which is launched by the government of India. Next, Director General of Indian Space Association is Lieutenant General A.K. Butt. Okay, he is the retired Lieutenant General A.K. Butt. He is the Indian Space Association's Director General. Okay, so here at least you need to remember Indian Space Association. It is one of the premier industry body for the space and satellite companies in the country. And the first chairman of this entity is Jayant Patil, and vice president is Rahul Watts. Okay, so these 2 points you should remember carefully. And this Indian Space Association, it is launched by the central government itself. Okay, so you need to remember these points. Next, Tamil Nadu's Kanyakumari Clove gets the geographical indication tag along with the Karupur Kalamkari paintings and the wood carvings of Kalakurchi. Okay, so these are the different items which have recently included in the geographical indication tag. Okay, so remember Kanyakumari Clove, it got the geographical indication tag. In the previous class also I told you what is the geographical indication tag. Anybody let me know what is the geographical indication tag? In your own words, you can say, let me know in the comment section. What is GI tag? Anybody? What is GI tag? I told you, right? Lot of current affairs came on GI tag previously. See, this GI tag will be given to the any specific items which are grown in the specific area, or which items are very much specific to that particular area. Okay, say for example this Kanyakumari clove. So this taste and its quantity, quality, everything will be very specific for the Kanyakumari itself. Okay, for such items the government will give the geographical indication tag. Okay, lot of geographical indication tags items are there in India. You have to make a list of them. Okay, and you have to make the list with 2 columns. One is the items, another one is the states which they belongs to, states or union territory. Okay, so these 2 items you need to keep in mind. Okay, so recently Tamil Nadu's Kanyakumari clove, it got the geographical indication tag, and along with this Kurupur Kalamkari paintings, there are a lot of different kinds of paintings are there. Manjusha, Kalamkari, okay, Banaras, okay, different kinds of paintings are there. So this Kurupur Kalamkari painting is got the geographical indication tag recently. And next is wood carvings of Kalakurchi. Okay, so these wood carvings of Kalakuruchi, they will make the different statues with the wood carvings. So that got the geographical indication tag. Okay, so these were the recent items of the geographical indication tag. So next, Batukamma, the unique festival of flowers, begins in the Telangana. Okay, so in India, it is a very diversified country. We all know different states have different festivals. So recently, this Batukamma festival happened. So this Batukamma festival is one of the flower festival. Okay, so it is celebrated in the Telangana, some part of Andhra also. So remember Batukamma. So it is related to the Telangana. Okay. In examination, they will ask the Batukamma. It was recently in news, whether it is a festival or dance form, painting or any art like that. To make you confused, they will give different four options. So here you need to clearly remember Batukamma is one form of the festival. In fact, it is the flower festival. And which state it belongs to? It belongs to the Telangana. Okay, so that you need to remember. Lot of different festivals are there. So when you study the current affairs daily, day-to-day basis, you will get to know different festivals then and now. Okay, so you need to remember like that. So this Patukama festival is related to the Telangana. It is the flower festival. Okay. Next, Prime Minister Modi addressed the 28th NHRC Foundation Day program. So what is NHRC? Can anybody let me know in the comment section? What is NHRC? You must interact with me, guys. Okay. What is NHRC? I think you might have come across the NHRC lot many times in the current affairs. What is NHRC? It's a very famous body. What is NHRC? National Human Rights Council. Okay, National Human Rights Council Foundation Day program that happened. Okay. Through the video conference, and chairperson of the NHRC is Justice Arun Kumar Mishra. This is very important. Okay, in examination they're gonna ask the who is the chairperson of the NHRC. So Justice Arun Kumar Mishra is the chairperson of National Human Rights Council. That you need to remember. So another one body will come, SHRC, that is State Human Rights Council. Okay, so that also you need to remember. Next, Delhi government launches the Desh Ke Mentor program for its class 9th and 12th students. 9th to 12th students. Desh Ke Mentor program. Okay, this is all related to the education system. So in examination, they're gonna ask Desh Ke Mentor program. It was recently in news. It belongs to the which state or which union territory. Okay, so you need to remember it is belongs to the Delhi and it is all about the education purpose. Okay, so that you need to remember. I hope this is clear. Next, Department of Biotechnology launches the India's first One Health Consortium in post-COVID-19 times. The consortium comprises of the 27 organizations and will be led by the DBT National Institute of Animal Biotechnology, Hyderabad. Okay, so One Health Consortium. So it is launched by the Department of Biotechnology. So this Department of Biotechnology comes under which ministry? Can anybody let me know in the comment section? You know, portfolio system is there, right? So have you come across the portfolio system? If you study polity, you will get to know that. But anyway, as of now, can anybody answer me this? Department of Biotechnology comes under which ministry? You need to know this. By the name only you can understand. It comes under Science and Technology Ministry. Very simple. Okay, Department of Biotechnology. So it recently launched the India's first One Health Consortium in the post COVID-19 times. Okay, so what is this all about? What is the aim of this project? Okay, so this project will carry the surveillance of the important bacterial, viral, and parasitic infections of the zoonotic as well as the transboundary pathogens in India, because we have already faced COVID-19 situation, how bad it affected the Indian society, right? To take care of such pandemics, they started with the One Health Consortium project. Okay, it is going to surveillance the bacterial, viral, and parasitic infections of the zoonotic as well as the transboundary infections to the India. So that is the main aim of One Health Consortium. Okay, so this consortium comprises of the 27 organizations. So these organizations work under the different field. Okay, so this is all over the One Health consortium. Okay, so it is launched by Department of Biotechnology under the Ministry of Science and Technology. That you need to remember. Okay, so next, Varanasi to become the first India's first city to start ropeway service in public transportation. Okay, so in examination they're gonna ask which city recently started the India's first ropeway service in public transportation. That is nothing but Varanasi. Okay, so this is a very factual stuff. You need to remember that. So next is Telangana developed the India's first smartphone-based e-voting solution, because during the COVID-19 we have already seen the situation how bad it is to interact with each other. So that's why the Telangana state, they have developed the India's first smartphone based e-voting solution. E-voting means electronic voting solution. You can vote through your phone only, that is e-voting solution. So this is the first such technology. Okay, so it is done by the Telangana, so that you need to remember. Next, Assam launches the app. That app name is Fish Wallet. So this is India's first e-fish market. See, e-fish market is nothing but you will get a lot of the fish over there. Okay, you can buy and sell the fishes. So this is launched by the Assam state. Okay, so that you need to remember. Next is India's first Atal Community Innovation Center unveiled at Vivekananda Global University, Jaipur. Okay, so here this point you need to remember. This is India's first Atal Community Innovation Center. So this is, unveiled at the Vivekananda Global University. In short, it is VGU University at the Jaipur. Okay, so these are all the factual stuff. You need to remember which state it happened and where the university started, which state launched the Fishwale app. Okay, so these are the factual small steps. You need to remember the factual things. Okay. So next, Niti Ayoga and UNDP India launches the handbook on sustainable urban plastic waste management. Okay, waste management is a big issue in our country. Okay, so different kinds of waste are there, plastic waste and e-waste. Okay, different kinds of waste are there. To take care of the urban plastic waste management, Niti Ayoga and UNDP India, they launched the one handbook on the sustainable urban plastic waste management. Next, Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Channi launches the Mera Ghar Mera Naam scheme to confer the proprietary rights. Okay, so Mera Ghar Mera Naam. In examination, they're going to ask recently Mera Ghar Mera Naam scheme was the news. It is related to which of the following state? Okay, so here you need to remember it is related to the Punjab. You don't need to study all the details of the Mera Ghar Mera Naam. Okay, what are the norms it included? What is the regulations, rules they have mentioned in that? Okay, so that you need now to study. At least you need to remember which state is launching this scheme. So it is launched by the Punjab. That you need to remember. Next, Niti Ayoga joins hand with the ISRO to launch Geospatial Energy Map of India. Oh, it is nothing but one kind of a map. Okay, so Niti Ayoga, ISRO, they are coming together. They are making the map of geospatial energy for the India. Next, ICC and UNICEF partners for campaign on the mental health issues among children and adolescents. See, mental health is one of the big threat nowadays, not only in India, all over the world. It is happening with a lot of children and adolescents. So because of that, ICC and UNICEF, they partner for a campaign on the mental health issues among the small child as well as adolescents. Lot of mental health care numbers are also there in India. Okay, so that you need to know. Next is Home Minister Amit Shah flags of the 5 mobile medical vans. It is dubbed as the Modi van in Kaushambi district of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so these 5 mobile medical vans, it is also called as Modi vans. Okay, so this is first launched in the Kaushambi district of Uttar Pradesh. It is launched by the Home Minister Amit Shah. So that you need to remember. Next, World Health Organization, it has released its annual global tuberculosis report for the year 2021. Okay, so here what question might come is, see, global tuberculosis report is going to come annually, and which is the releasing entity of that. Okay, so you need to remember it is done by the World Health Organization. This TB is the second deadliest infectious killer after the COVID-19. Okay, so because we have already faced COVID-19, how bad it was. After this COVID-19, the TB is the second deadliest infectious killer. Okay, so TB is not completely, not completely done. It is still there in the different continents. Even in India, it is still there. So that's why World Health Organization annually they will release the global tuberculosis report. Okay, so that you need to remember. I hope this is clear to you. Next, we're going to study the different appointments that happened in the October month. So first is former SBI chief Rajneesh Kumar appointed as the chairman of Bharat Pay. Okay, so recently the former SBI chief Rajneesh Kumar they appointed as the chairman of Bharat Pay. Next, former INB and Higher Education Secretary Amit Khare they appointed as the advisor to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay, so what is his name? Amit Khare. Next, Arun Kumar Mishra, they recently appointed as the new CEO of State-Owned Energy Efficient Service Limited, that is EESL. Okay, so Arun Kumar Mishra, they appointed as the new CEO of EESL. Next, Ritesh Chauhan, very, very important. This Ritesh Chauhan appointed as the CEO of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Okay, that is PMFBY, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So Ritesh Chauhan appointed as the CEO of that. Next, Indian entrepreneur Sajjan Jindal elected as the chairman of World Steel Association for 2021 and 2022. Okay, so remember his name, Sajjan Jindal. Okay, so he is the Indian entrepreneur Sajjan Jindal elected as the chairman of World Steel Association. Next, UCO Bank chief AK Goyal elected as the chairman of IBA. Okay. Next, Virat Kohli, they recently appointed as the new brand ambassador of Indian welfare brand Fire Bolt. Okay. Next, RBI approves the reappointment of Amitabh Chaudhary as MD and CEO of Axis Bank. So MD and CEO of Axis Bank is Amitabh Chaudhary. In the last few years, Amitabh Chaudhary was the MD and CEO of Axis Bank, and now also he is the MD and CEO of Axis Bank. Next, Pradeep Kumar Panja appointed as the chairman of Karnataka Bank Limited. Okay, so here which appointment is very important for the exam perspective is this Ritesh Chauhan, very, very important. Okay, so Ritesh Chauhan, they recently appointed as the CEO of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So at least that you need to understand. Okay. Next, Navrang Shaini gets the additional charge as chairperson of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So it is in short called it as IBBI. Okay, so what is insolvency? What is bankruptcy? What is this code? You will get to know all this in the economy. Okay, so as of now, remember there is one entity called as Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Okay, so the chairperson of that is Navrang Shaini. Next, Jonas Gahr Store assumes charge as the Prime Minister of Norway. They recently appointed as the Prime Minister of Norway. Next, Amit Rastogi appointed as the Chairman and Managing Director of National Research Development Corporation, that is NRDC. Okay, so remember, very important, Amit Rastogi. They have recently appointed as the Chairman and Managing Director of National Research Development Corporation. Okay, so that is NRDC. So these were some important appointments in the October month. So next we're going to study the conference, which were in news. The fourth General Assembly of International Solar Alliance. It is very, very important grouping. Okay, so remember International Solar Alliance. So the fourth General Assembly of this ISA organized virtually between the October 18 and 2021. Okay, so here you need to understand what is this International Solar Alliance. So this is one of the grouping basically initiated by the India. Okay, so it consists of 124 member countries. Okay, so this International Solar Alliance initiated by India, but it consists of 124 member countries. Okay, and headquarters of the ISA, it is in the Gurugram in India only. That also you need to remember, very, very important. Note it down. ISA's headquarters, it is there in the Gurugram. Okay, it consists of 124 members of United Nations. And Director General of this ISA is Ajay Mathur. Okay, so recently the fourth General Assembly of this ISA that happened, it was organized virtually because of pandemic that was held on October 18 and 21, 2021. So in this fourth General Assembly, they have taken a lot of very interesting initiatives and they have operationalized the OSWOG initiative of the India. So the OSWOG is nothing but it is nothing but one sun, one word, one grid initiative. Okay, so our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they have put forward this OSWOG initiative in the first General Assembly itself, but they got operationalized in the fourth General Assembly. Okay, so remember OSWOG. So that is nothing but one sun, one word, one grid. Okay, so that is the OSWOG initiative by the India. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So this fourth General Assembly happened recently. That's why it was in the news. So here what you need to remember. So ISA, what is the long form of ISA and where is the headquarters of the ISA and how many member countries are there. That you need to remember. Okay, 124 member countries are there and headquarters is in Gurugram, India. Okay, that you need to remember. Next, we're going to study the defense section. Second phase of exercise Malabar 2021 between the Quad countries conducted in the Bay of Bengal from October 12 to 15, 2021. See, exercise Malabar 2021 is the 25th edition of Malabar exercise. So here they are telling it happened between the Quad countries. I told you what is the exercises. Nothing but lot of the countries' armies come together and they will do some military exercises. That is called as exercises Malabar. Okay, so it happened between the Quad countries. Can anybody let me know what all are the Quad member countries? Four members are there in the Quad grouping. So what all are four countries? Can anybody let me know in the comment section? I have already told you in the previous class also. So what is Quad grouping? How many member countries are there? Four member countries are there. And what are those? Quickly, be quick guys. Try to interact with me. Recall it. We have studied it, right? Quad countries. India, USA, Australia, Japan. Okay, so these are the four Quad countries. India, USA, Japan, and Australia. Okay, so this Malabar exercise happened between these four countries. Okay, so that you need to remember. So next, 17th edition of Indo-US Joint Military Exercise. The name is Exercise EDURapid 2021. It was organized in the Alaska from October 15 to 29. Okay, still it is going on. EDURapid exercise. Okay, so in examination they're gonna ask. So exercise EDURapid happened between which of the two countries? You need to remember it is happening between India and USA joint military exercise. Okay, so that you need to remember. So next, China, Russia holds the Naval Drill Joint Sea 2021. So this is the name of the drill. Okay, it is happening between which two countries? China and Russia. Okay, what is the name of the naval drill? Joint Sea 2021. So this happened in the Sea of Japan at Russia's Peter the Great Gulf. Okay, so that you need to remember. Joint Sea 2021, it is one kind of the naval drill happening between China and Russia. Okay. Next, Indian Army team wins the gold medal in the exercise Cambrian Patrol 2021. It was organized by the UK Army. So in that exercise Cambrian Patrol 2021, our Indian Army won the gold medal. Okay, so that you need to remember. So here different military exercises, naval exercise, even the airport exercises will come in news. So whenever you will come across these kind of exercises, you need to make the list of them. Okay, so make two columns, which countries are involving in that exercise and what is the name of the exercise. Because in every year examination, they're going to ask at least two questions on the exercises. Okay, so you need to carefully study the exercise names and which countries they are involving. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next, we're going to study the books and authors. Okay, so here I have made two columns. One is book name, another one is author name. First book is The Custodian of Trust, a Banker's Memoir. It is written by Rajneesh Kumar. Okay, I repeat once again. The Custodian of Trust, a Banker's Memoir. It is written by the Rajneesh Kumar. Next, Actually, I met them, a memoir. It is written by the Guljar. Okay, so these two are the books. Remember, The Custodian of Trust, a banker's memoir, written by Rajnish Kumar. Actually, I met them, a memoir. It is written by the Guljar. Okay, so next, apps and services we're going to study. Union Minister Anurag Thakur launches the My Parkings app. So very, very important. Who launched this My Parking app? Union Minister Anurag Thakur. They have recently launched this My Parkings app. It is an IoT technology enabled app. What is IoT? IoT is nothing but Internet of Things. Okay, so that is the long form of IoT, Internet of Things. If you guys have done the engineering, you might be well aware of that. What is IoT and all. Okay, it is developed by the Broadcast Engineering Consultants India Limited, that is BECIL, with the South Delhi Municipality Corporation to digitalize all authorized parking under the STMC municipal limits. Okay, so that is all about the My Parkings app. It is launched by the Anurag Thakur, one of the Union Minister. Okay, so that you need to remember. Next, we're going to study the ranking section. Very, very important section. Okay, so here it is first column, it is all about the ranking, the report names. Second is what is the position of the India, and third is which country is top in that particular index, and fourth column is it is the report is launched by which entity. Okay, so these four columns are very, very important. Here first ranking is 58th renewable energy country attractiveness index. In short, it is RECAI index. Okay, so 58th renewable energy country attractiveness index. Okay, RECAI. So here India's ranking is third. It's a very good ranking. Okay, so very good ranking. India's ranking is third, and top country is United States of America. And who is the authority to release this RECAI index? That is Ernst and Young company entity. Okay, EY entity is the entity. It is going to release the RECAI index. Okay, so here you need to remember. So this RECAI index launched by Ernst and Young. India ranking is third, and which is the top country in that index? United States. Okay, so these 3 points are very, very important. So next is World's Best Employer 2021 ranking. Okay, so World's Best Employer 2021 ranking. The top Indian company in that index is Reliance Industries. Okay, then global rank is 52. So the global rank of this Reliance Industry is 52. Next, top company in that World's Best Employer 2021 ranking is Samsung Electronics. Okay, usually this report is launched by the Forbes. Okay, that you need to remember. Next, Global Hunger Index, very, very important and very controversial index this time, because lot of the editorials came on this. If you are reading newspaper every day, you will be aware of that. Okay, Global Hunger Index 2021. So India's position is very, very bad. India's position is 101. Okay, and jointly topped by the 18 countries. Okay, who is the top in that particular index? Nobody knows, because everybody knows, because it is 18 countries. You don't have to remember all these 18 countries, but here at least you need to remember what is the position of India. So India's position is 101. It means we are, a lot of people are being hungry in the India. So that's what that index indicates. Next, who is going to release this World Hunger Index? That is World Hunger Life and Concerned Worldwide, WHH and Concerned Worldwide. Okay, so these are the entities. They will launch the World Hunger Index. Next, 2021 Mercer CFS Global Pension Index. Okay, I repeat once again, 2021 Mercer CFS Global Pension Index. India's rank in that is 40. Not so bad, 40. And the top country is the Iceland. So who is going to launch this Mercer Index? Mercer in collaboration with CFA Institute and the Monash Center for Financial Studies. All together, they're going to launch this Mercer CFS Global Pension Index. Okay, so these are the different indexes and what is the position of India and which country is top that index and who is the entity that is going to release the index. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So here at least you try to remember the first one, RECAI, very, very important. and the third one, global hunger index. These two are very important. Along with that, you need to remember the India's position. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next, we're going to study the sports news. Indian shooters win the 43 medals, including 17 gold, 16 silver, and 10 bronze medals at ISSF Junior World Championship held at Lima in Peru. Okay, so totally we have won 43 medals. Okay, Indian shooters, they have won 43 medals. Among them, 17 gold medals were there, 16 silver medals, then 10 bronze medals. So this held at ISSF Junior World Championship at the Lima in Peru. Next, Chennai Super Kings wins the 2021 IPL title. Everybody knows it. Simple one. Okay. Next, player of the tournament is Harshal Patel. He belongs to RCB. Okay, so remember, player is Harshal Patel. Next, highest run scorer is Orange Cap Ruturaj Gaikwad. He belongs to CSK, Chennai Super King, 635 runs. Next, highest wicket taker is Purple Cap Harshal Patel again. He belongs to RCB, 32 wickets. Okay, so this is all about the recently held IPL 2021. Okay, next, India beat the Nepal 3.0 points to win the 2021 SAP Championship. Okay, so SAP Championship of 2021 owned by the India. That you need to remember. Okay, so these are the some important sports news. They were in the news of October month. Okay. Next, we're going to study the international news. World's first driverless automated train launched in the Germany's Hamburg. So, okay, it is one of the world's first driverless automated train. It is launched in the Germany's Hamburg city. Okay, so that you need to remember. So next, Asian Development Bank, in short it is ADB. Okay, Asian Development Bank, it has announced an increase in its climate financing goals for 2019 to 2030 for the developing member countries. Okay, so previously it was 80 billion. Now they have made it to 100 billion. Okay, they have increased up to 20 billion. It is the climate financing goals. It is for the climate finance. Okay, so you need to remember. So earlier it was $80 billion. Now it is $100 billion. It is launched by the Asian Development Bank. Okay, so this loan will be given to the member countries, developing member countries of the Asian Development Bank. Okay, so that you need to remember. Next, recently NASA launched the Lucy mission. So very, very important. Okay, so Lucy mission to study the Jupiter Trojan asteroids. Jupiter also has a lot of asteroids. To study the Jupiter Trojan asteroids, NASA recently launched the Lucy mission. So in fact, it is the 12-year long mission. Okay, it is going to study the Jupiter's Trojan asteroid. So in examination, they're going to ask, recently Lucy mission was in news. It is related to the which of the following planets. Okay, likewise the question will come. You need to remember it is related to the Jupiter. Okay, so that you need to remember. Next, Hubble telescope finds the evidence of persistent water vapor in the Jupiter's moon Europa. Europa is the one of the moon of the Jupiter. So Hubble telescope, it is there. Okay, so this Hubble telescope that have recently found the evidence of persistent water vapor in the Jupiter's moon Europa. So in examination they want to ask, Europa is the moon of which of the planet? Okay, so that you need to remember, Jupiter. Okay. Next, Canadian actor William Shatner becomes the oldest person in history to fly to the space. Okay, so remember his name, William Shatner. He is the Canadian actor. Next, China launches the historic Shenzhou 13. Okay, Shenzhou 13 crewed mission with 3 astronauts for 6 months. The country's first long duration stay aboard mission of the China. Okay, so they're gonna ask Shenzhou 13. It was in news. So this mission belongs to which of the following country? Okay, don't get confused with Korea and all. So it is related to the China. Okay, so remember China. China launched the historic Shenzhou 13 crewed mission. So it consists of 3 astronauts. They are going to be in the space for 6 months. Okay, so that you need to remember. Next, China successfully launches the first solar exploration satellite, CHE. Okay, remember this satellite name, GA. So GA recently was in news. It is related to the which country, like that the question might come, so you need to remember it is related to China. Okay, so this satellite GA, it is for the solar exploration. In fact, it is the China's first solar exploration satellite. Okay, so remember that name, GA. Next we're going to study the important days section. So International Day of Girl Child. Okay, International Day of Girl Child celebrated on the 11th October. The theme of 2021 is Digital Generation, Our Generation. Okay, so that was the theme. Next, World Arthritis Day. So it is celebrated on 12th October, and theme of 2021 year is Don't Delay, Connect Today, Time to Work. That is the theme of World Arthritis Day. Next, International Day for Disaster Reduction. Okay, International Day for Disaster Reduction. It is celebrated on 13th October, and theme of 2021 is International Cooperation for Developing Countries to Reduce Their Disaster Risk and Disaster Losses. So that is the theme. I repeat once again, International Cooperation for Developing Countries to Reduce Their Disaster Risk and Disaster Losses. That was the theme of International Day for Disaster Reduction. So next is International E-Waste Day. It is going to celebrate it on 14th October, and theme of 2021 year is Consumer is the Key to Circular Economy. Okay, so that is the theme. Consumer is the key to circular economy. Next, World Standards Day. It is again celebrated on 14th October, and theme for 2021 is Standards for Sustainable Development Goals, Shared Vision for a Better World. Okay, Standard for Sustainable Development Goals, Shared Vision for a Better World. That was the theme. Next, World Students Day is celebrated on 15th October. Okay, so remember 15th October is celebrated on World Students Day. Next, Global Hand Washing Day. Global Hand Washing Day again celebrated on 15th October, and theme for 2021 is Our Future is at Hand. Let's move forward together. Okay, this is because of COVID pandemic. Our future is at hand. Let's move forward together. That was the theme. Next, International Day of Rural Women. Very important. International Day of Rural Women celebrated on the 15th October. And theme for 2021 is Rural Women Cultivating Good Food for All. That was the theme. Okay, Rural Women Cultivating the Good Food for All. So next, World Food Day. It is celebrated on the 16th October. And theme of the World Food Day is Save Food Now for a Healthy Tomorrow. Okay, that was the theme. Next, World Sight Day. It is celebrated on 14th October, that is second Thursday of the October, and theme of this World Sight Day was Love Your Eyes. That was the theme for the 2021. Next, International Day for the Eradication of Poverty. It's very important again. International Day for the Eradication of the Poverty. It is celebrated on 17th October. And theme of this 2021 year is Building Forward Together, Ending Persistent Poverty, Respecting All People and Our Planet. That was the theme. Next, International Chef's Day, celebrated on the 20th October. And theme of this International Chef's Day is Healthy Food for the Future. That was the theme. Next, World's Osteoporosis Day. It is celebrated on 20th October again. And theme of this 2021 year is Serve Up Bone Strength. Okay, so this is a disease related to the bone. So that's why the theme is Serve Up Bone Strength. Okay, so these are the important days along with the themes. Okay, so in this topic, we learned the current affairs from October 11 to 20, 2021. If you have any doubts in any sections, please let me know in the comment section. Any doubts? Any doubts?